Hello and welcome everyone. This week's video from the Veg Grower Podcast. And well, the sun's just gone in, but I'm down the allotment today and I have a breakfast fatty that I'm cooking up on the barbecue. If you want to find out what that is, you have to watch to the end. But while that's cooking, I'm going to crack on and do a load of work. Well, we've had an interesting development here at the Veg Grower Podcast. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or anything, you'll see we've hatched 2 new quail chicks. These at the moment, they're only a couple of days old. They're walking around already, fluffy as anything, and I have to admit I've turned into a right big girl with them. Anyway, yeah, they've been a bit of a success with us, so yeah, very, very cute little things. But don't forget, or I should say, they've got their own Twitter page, Lord and Lady Quail on Twitter. I'm going to be tweeting out various things throughout the season. The sweet potatoes have grown on so much lately. When they first arrived, they were pretty small, but I planted them up straight away, as you may recall, and kept them in the little potting shed to grow on until a couple of weeks ago when I started hardening them out. And they've grown so big. It's time to get them out in the ground. Now, these sweet potatoes are, well, I've grown them for years now. I've had successful years. I've had not so successful years. But nonetheless, I keep growing them. They do like a lot of heat and a lot of moisture. Moisture we can control. The heat is all down to having a good summer. So fingers crossed we get those perfect conditions for them. This first variety I'm putting in is the Bonita. I've had a lot of success with these. And hopefully they're in this year they're in a bit of a sunnier spot, so they should do fairly well. And the rambling way these grow, rambling leaves and stuff, what have you, should hopefully, putting this one a bit too close actually, but oh well. But yeah, hopefully that'll suppress any weeds. So there's a row of the Bonita in. I need that next. I should have brought my lump of wood because I've put my knees down and compacting the soil there. Oh well, I'll run the hoe over it later. Got to free it up. So, next variety is these Beauregard. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right. My English is atrocious and these may not necessarily even be English. But no, the Beauregard, another variety that seemed to do well. To be honest, all these varieties do well. They are bred for the UK climate, so they ought to do pretty damn good. I'm placing them about a foot apart, which is what I've done in the past. I'm not really sure how far they say it should be apart, but a foot apart works for me, if only to fit them in. Well, that one's looking a bit weak, a little bit small. Let's see how that one does. I expect now these are in the ground, they'll suddenly romp off again. Now this bed that I'm planting them in, it's been prepared pretty well actually. It's had a large amount of horse manure going and then topped off with a large amount of compost. So the soil is pretty fertile, pretty moisture retentive, so it should do fairly well. Now let's get the last variety. These are the Burgundy. Put that one next to the marrow. Don't forget the labels. Now apparently you can grow these from slips, which I've never been able to do, probably because I've got too much other stuff going on. But that would be something that would be cool to try and do, because I pay, I think about 15-20 quid for these plants. So they're pretty, I mean they're good, don't get me wrong, you get 18 plants for that price. And they are always arrived in really good condition. So they're not too bad, but of course if I can save more money, I'm happy. There we go, that's the last one in. There we go. So that is now the sweet potatoes all in. I'll give this bit where I'll be treading down a bit of a hoe, and then I'll get it all watered, and that'll be good to go. So here I'm harvesting my onions. They're pretty good onions overall, I'm pretty happy with them. Some decent sized ones and some small ones. but overall really happy with them. These were Japanese onions and they were sown on the 15th of October 2017. And if you remember last week's video, I kind of passed over them and sort of said, oh yeah, they're going weak at the knees. So they're ready. Now there's still a few that need a bit longer in the ground, and that's fine, I'll leave those in there. But these ones that have gone weak at the knees are ready. And what weak at knees is basically where the stem has just flopped over, which is an indication that they're ready, and that's what I normally go by. Overall, very happy with these onions. A pretty decent size. There's a few small ones, there's a few big ones. Nonetheless, I'm happy. But they're all harvested, and these will now washed off and dried out in the sun before being placed into storage. Well, there we go. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's my work on the allotment for today done. So let's have a look at this lovely little fatty, as I call it. Yeah, decent harvest this week again. Plenty of broad beans, strawberries, onions. So very happy with that. Sweet potatoes are in, and yeah, things are just moving forward. Lovely. So what is this fatty that I've been cooking up all day? Well, what it is new potatoes wrapped in sausage, wrapped in bacon. It's a breakfast fatty, and I kind of fancy just something a bit different. So, let's give it a try. Oh, that is nice. Potatoes just add that different aspect to it as well. Especially as they're my homegrown potatoes, I'm going to have a bit more. Lovely. Oh, I give this a try. Really lovely. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day now. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this show. Give us a like, give us a subscribe and all that thing. Check out the website at veggrowpodcast.co.uk. But until next time, please take care, and I'll see you all again then. Oh.